Welcome to the American International School in Israel. I am Ms. Marcus, and I am here with several of my international relations students, and we are going to be speaking about international media's response to Donald Trump winning the presidency. I'm going to have Andrew start us off.
The United Kingdom has many news sources talking about the election. However, most, like The Guardian, are just speaking about Trump actually winning the election and how it's a big shock. BBC, on the other hand, is reporting how Trump will not be able to change the Iran nuclear deal. The Iranian leader has come out and said that Iran's understanding in the nuclear deal was that the accord was not concluded with one country or government, but was approved by a resolution of the United Nations Security Council. And there is no possibility that it can be changed by a single government. Another news station, The Mirror, has reported that despite Trump's threats against Muslims, Egypt is still proud to congratulate him on his win. The Mirror has also reported that there are thousands of Americans reporting on Twitter that Trump is not their president, and they are calling Americans that support him racist.
Okay, thank you, Andrew. Now we're going to have Esther talk to us about Italy.
Hi. So basically there's three newspapers that I chose to talk about. The first one is called Il Corriere della Sera, and what it basically talked about is how Trump triumphs against his victory and Hillary admits to her loss. And it also underlines the speech that he gave where he talked about we have to unite as a country and I will be the president for all Americans. The second newspaper is like La Repubblica, and it basically says that the victory of Trump was a shock to America. However, Italy will continue to have good relationship with the United States as it sees it as a really good country. And lastly, the newspaper Messaggero says that the tycoon will be the 45th resident of the White House, and that although the stock market in Italy and in Europe has decreased, there's no to worry because America will be able to push it back up over time.
Okay, thank you, Esther. And now we have Harel reporting on Israel.
So Israeli social media is very split with the new president. Ynet says that Trump will. Ynet quotes Netanyahu, who said that Trump will continue to strengthen their U.S.-Israeli alliance. Netanyahu believes that the relationship between the U.S. and Israel will be brought to new heights and is going to be very successful. So is the Jerusalem Post, who quote Naftali Bennett, who is the Minister of Education in Israel, and he said the area of Palestinian state is over, which basically means that Trump and Israel will help diminish the Palestinian state and therefore it wouldn't exist, which is very good news for the political right side of Israel. And finally, Iton Haaretz, that their headline is "How do I tell my children that Donald Trump is president?" Which say the negatives of Donald Trump being president and talk about how Trump is not a good president for the United States.
Okay, and now we have Igor reporting about Russia. Igor?
According to Russia Today, Russia Beyond the Headlines, and TASS, Russian leader Vladimir Putin has congratulated Donald Trump with his victory in U.S. presidential elections. He also is looking forward into restoring the relations between U.S. and Russia.
Okay, thanks, Igor. And I looked at Canada. The Toronto Sun talked about that Trump wins, and it had a bit of a positive spin to it, and it was celebratory of his win. And then we have the Toronto Star, which was a bit more critical of his win, and it says Trump shocks the world, and it is some of the articles were a bit negative. For example, Donald Trump's wall is upon us and taller than anyone imagined. And then lastly, we have the Montreal Gazette. And the Montreal Gazette was perhaps the most neutral of the two. And it says Trump's astounding win, how our pundits see the path ahead. It also talked about how the Canadian immigration website crashed, and also how when at an American election party, things got very quiet in Ottawa as it came to be seen that Trump may win. So I want to thank you. I want to thank all of our students for your participation, and thank you for watching.